So I didn't report on this in my last video since it happened last week, and the reason is because I didn't really think it was such a big deal, but now that it's kind of been going on for a few days now, I feel that it might be worth reporting. So last week's Thursday, at around 9 o'clock, after eating a fruit peach, I began feeling some pain in my abdomen, like just below my rib cage. And at first I thought it was just a bit of indigestion, but then it kind of went on for an hour and it kept rapidly getting worse to the point where I was just in immense pain. Like I just couldn't focus on anything, like even just sitting down. I was just in such severe pain that I like it felt bloated in the area, but also felt like someone's fist was constantly pushing against it, and it created this kind of puncture, really sharp pain. It was just really unbearable. And then I also started feeling sick, really wanted to vomit. Like I could feel all my all my liquids like like all my liquids coming up my throat, and then like I was just leaking saliva out of my mouth, and it's just not a very nice image to imagine, and it's definitely not a nice feeling. So I tried taking some painkillers to see if that helped, but it did nothing. So I tried going to sleep to try and sleep it off, and at this point it's been hurting for about 3 hours. And then I was seriously thinking about maybe calling an ambulance, but I wasn't too sure, since I know like getting an ambulance is difficult and they often take a while to arrive, and when you do get to the hospital it takes quite a long time until a doctor can see you, and I just wasn't sure if I was able to bear that many more hours of the pain. But then my mum found out about my pain, and then she asked if she wanted to call the ambulance and stuff, and again I voiced my concerns to her, so she just gave me some Chinese medicine to rub on my stomach and stuff, and I feel that it helped a little bit, enough for me to finally fall asleep. And then when I woke up the next morning, I still felt some light pain around my abdomen, nowhere near as painful when it first started, but enough to take notice. And then as the day went on, it kind of subsided a bit more, and then for 2 days it was relatively fine. But then last night on Saturday I had an apple around 9 o'clock and I started feeling the same pain again, but it was painful, but it didn't really escalate after a few hours. It was just a very mild pain in the same area. So I managed to go to sleep, and then I woke up at 3 in the morning due to the pain having escalated quite a bit. But it was still nowhere near as bad as the first time, but it was definitely causing me quite a bit of discomfort. So I tried rubbing the medicine on myself to see if that helped. Didn't particularly feel like I had to vomit, but I did go to the toilet just in case, I did suddenly have to, but fortunately it didn't come to that. And now when I woke up this morning, even after being awake for a few hours now, I can still feel some light pain in my abdomen. So I started looking it up online, see what kind of causes abdomen pain and stuff, and then you get a lot of results down to indigestion, some like maybe like you pulled the muscle or something, and then there were more severe ones like a gallstone in the bladder and stuff like that. And if you've been following me on this channel, I mentioned that when I was dieting, I did unfortunately develop some gallstones due to my dieting. And I'm just wondering, because I've been on my diet for a week now, the pain in my abdomen's only started a few days after I started the diet. And I'm just wondering, maybe the gallstones are what's causing the pain in my abdomen. And I was looking at gallstone, like how it causes pain, the symptoms, and it lines up with what I've been experiencing. So a very sharp pain in my abdomen, just beneath my rib cage. The pain can also move on to your back as well. And I've also been experiencing pain in my back, which is the same. The symptoms can also include vomiting, the pain lasting 1 to 5 hours, and yeah, all these symptoms just line up with what I've been experiencing. So apparently if this is left untreated, it can become really severe. So because of that, I immediately booked an appointment to see my doctor. So that will be on the Wednesday coming. So hopefully I won't have any more unbearable pain until that day comes, or it worsens. So hopefully I can manage that. But yeah, I just feel a bit scared really at the moment that, something that's just suddenly come on, like the sudden pain has just suddenly come on to me, and it can actually be quite a severe life-threatening thing. So that definitely scares me. So I'm definitely anxious to speak to the doctor on Wednesday and tell them all the symptoms and experience that I went through. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and that they can treat it straight away and get this fixed. If they tell me that I need to stop on my dieting, then I guess I won't have much choice but to comply. Like, I guess my health is the most important thing. So dieting is important, but I need to manage the dieting in a balanced way, I suppose, because in the end, your life's the most important thing, I guess. So yeah, just thought I'd finally mention it in this video. So yeah, anxious to see the doctor, and then if I do experience any more pain in my abdomen or something major comes up about it, then I'll be sure to report on it. So I've just got back from seeing the doctor about my pain in my abdomen, and I basically explained to her what I already said before in the earlier part of this video. So I explained all that to her, and then saying how severe the pain was, and then she just basically felt my stomach in various areas to see which parts hurt, and it is definitely around the middle section of my abdomen. And I told her about my dieting and the gallstones as well, and apparently she feels that it isn't the gallstone that's causing me pain, but rather the stomach acids. So because I'm doing intermediate fasting, so one meal a day, she feels that that can sometimes disrupt the flow of the digestion. So basically, she said going through many hours of not eating can kind of have acids in your stomach build up, and then when you suddenly eat something after so long, that can cause problems apparently. So she definitely feels it's more on the stomach acid side that's causing me pain. So she prescribed me some like gastro tablets to help with that. So I believe I'm going to be taking those one a day for about a month. So I've just taken the first one. So yeah, what I can do now is just wait and see if it improves, and if not, then I'll need to go see my doctor again. So it's been about 4 days now since I've been taking the medication for my abdomen, and I think overall it has helped a little bit. Like this past 4 days, I've not really experienced any form of really severe pain in my abdomen. But I still feel that there is still that kind of aching and kind of bloated feeling. So I'm still not doing any like forceful movements or any sudden movements, just in case I might trigger some pain or make it worse. So overall, I'm still taking it rather slow and easy, and then yeah, just wait, and hopefully the medication does actually help my abdomen further. But overall, so far, it seems to be helping. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.